Hi, I'm Tom Norris from Draw Plans, and today I'm going to show you how we solved the problem of fitting a large widescreen TV in a traditional lounge with a fireplace. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Well done, Darcy. One of the common problems we encounter when designing new layouts to traditional homes is finding the best place to fit the TV. If you live in one of the millions of homes with a fireplace in the lounge, then you really do have a problem when it comes to fitting a modern widescreen TV. Fireplace is generally a focal point that dominates the room, so most designers tend to offer up a large TV above the fireplace so that it too becomes the focal point. Problem with that layout is that you have to sit back and look upwards, which is not the most comfortable of positions for watching a movie or two. So, sit back and discover what we did to solve the problem when yet again we had a client that wanted to install a large widescreen TV in a traditional front lounge. So like any project, the first thing we do is we get out CAD. This is where we do our design work. Today we're using CAD 2022 Deluxe, and I'll show you what we did. So we sketched out the room, very basic. And these are the measurements. Now, as you can see from the layout, you've got the entrance here, and you've got a bay window there. So when we took over the property, the previous occupants had the TV in the window and the settee there and the settee here and the fireplace here. Now, that's not so bad, especially in the evenings. You pull the curtains, you get a nice backdrop for the telly, but during the day it's murder because you get the light shining in on top of the telly, yeah. The other thing, of course, which is the important aspect here, is you're going to see it in a bit, is that the TV that the actual fire surround is hideous. So no matter what you do, you can't really do anything if you got this big hideous focal point in the middle of the room. So we laid the room out with what furniture might look like, getting the sizes. We tried various bits. This is way too cramped, as you can see. You can't even get in, so there's no chance of putting a settee on this side and keeping a decent settee here. And here it's quite small, barely get a settee, so we basically worked our way around. As you can see, this is the plan layout for alcove units and a fireplace. This is showing the actual fireplace, the existing one. So our proposal was to build over it and build in front of it. Now, there's no alcoves in this particular room because the chimney is on the outside, but the fireplace is here and it's hideous, and as I say, we don't want to take it out. So we're looking at all the options. This is what we ended up with. From the side profile, you can see this is the fireplace, and this is the heart for that fireplace. So it's projecting nicely into the room. So what we wanted to do was to build a fake chimney breast, and then have a platform here to put a TV on. You can see the fireplace is here, tucked away, the old one and the heart. And in this base unit, we wanted to pop in a bioethanol fireplace, which is basically aesthetics. So let's carry on. Now here, we looked at it and the furniture, and the focal point is here, because your TV is going to be there. We've got alcove units here, which could be done traditional, or we could do something else. And the proposed settee layout would be this particular layout, one in the bay and one here, and maybe a couple of footstools or something else there, decorative, but you still got seating for 4 or 5 people because the room is quite long, so maybe it'll be a stretched out double or a triple settee in this side. Anyway, so looking at the focal wall, we were looking at alcove units initially, and possibly hold on, I've got a little partner here today and she's busy tearing up paperwork, so that's the noise you're getting in the background. And that's Darcy, which you might have seen in the earlier part of the video. She's still helping me today, directing operations. Anyway, getting back.
I'm just making a list for my bedroom because of if somebody break the
She's making a list of some kind. Anyway, getting back, That's what happens when you're trying to do a video and keeping an eye on the little girl at the same time. So right, I'm here and I'm kind of babysitting, and it's,
Babysitting.
well, okay, I'm young lady sitting, all right, rather than babysitting, not a baby. So we looked at the alcoves, and this is what we came up with. This was the initial drawings, and then we thought we might do a bit of paneling here. We might do a bit of wallpapering as a feature. And down the bottom on the projection, on the projected base, we could get a fireplace in. Excuse me for a second. Would you mind, little lady? Would you keep those lips closed while Dad's talking? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So we ended up. These were the prelim sketches, and fireplace in the middle, a bit of paneling, maybe top and bottom. And then gradually, I don't know how we got there, but we started looking at doing drawer units instead of alcove base units, because you see them, they're like basically they're two drawers, and there are millions of them. You just Google it and you'll see there's loads of them, and I'm completely fed up of them. So I thought, well, drawer units would really stretch out the room a bit, would certainly give it a little bit of a plush feel. So we designed it, and we decided no shelving above. This is a bit of coving. So you've got alcove units on the base, you've got a telly on the top, and a fireplace. I've got the noisiest partner here ever, but she's very, very busy doing her drawing and sketches. So she's like Dad, she wants to be an architect and, you know, make her living doing design work. She's probably going to be a student. Anyway, congrats to her if she is and does end up being a good designer, technician, etc.
I'm an artist.
You're an artist, yeah, not an architect like Dad. Absolute artist. Now, so here we ended. This is what we ended up with. So we had a look, and let's have a look here. So yeah, we ended up with basically plain alcoves with drawer units, TV. And so on the TV, we actually had a curved TV, and we had a large curved TV, and you know, we wanted to use it because why not? It came from another property and came with the stand, and we paid a fortune for it because we bought it a good few years ago. Whereas now they seem to be harder to find, and but I still think they look fantastic. Anyway, you'll see for yourself later on with the photos and video that's coming. So fireplace, we popped bioethanol, been around for a while, seen it many times. Now these are not great fireplaces if you want loads of heat. They're more decorative, but you do get a bit of flame. And perhaps not as much as emphasized here, that I can tell you. But let's move along. Yeah, so we ended up, this is what we ended up with. That's the...
Is there any other colors?
That's the top profile layout.
No.
Side profile. And then this is the actual units. So we opted for drawer units, 3 on either side with double knobs, and the knobs would be rectangle as well. Flat screen TV sitting on a mounted area, sitting on this area here. And that's about it. So here we have the offending fireplace. Little brick fireplace, might have looked great 30 years ago or 50 years ago, but certainly not for a contemporary living room. So 3x2, quick trip down to Selco, got some 3x2, and it takes no time at all to basically get a little bit of stud work going. So it's all sized out, it's all drawn up on CAD, so we know exactly what we're doing. Framed up like a traditional stud, and nice and sturdy, nice and tight, and it doesn't cost a lot. So once your stud is up, your framework is up, cover it, 12.5mm plasterboard, get it nice and tight, screw down nice and tight. Again, angle beads, and the angle beads are on, projection is on, the base bit is on, MDF is covering. And you can see we're starting to make good now. We've also run the lights in, got some cheap labour with Darcy helping out again. She's always helping out, which is an absolute bonus for anyone working on the place. So you're getting a feel for it now. This is generally early days. We've got the drawers in, we've got the fireplace in, starting to get a feel for it, and not quite finished, but now we're starting to look quite finished. Fireplace, pictures, lights, all coming together. Drawers are an excellent idea. Thank you, my darling wife. She wanted drawers rather than cupboards, and I think she was absolutely right. So flat screen is in, bioethanol fireplace, and the alcoves with the pictures and the lights provide a nice clean environment. Yeah, what more can I say? This is the overall look. The room looks stretched out, the room looks a bit long. We've got a new focal point, which is, in my view, fantastic, because we can enjoy the fireplace and we can enjoy the countless movies and TV. So it's a lovely lounge. Now we're just waiting to put some furniture in and get it complete. But the hard part, which is to get rid of the ugly fireplace and replace it with a lovely new TV and fire, is all done. So Amazon provided the fireplace, the bioethanol fire. Ours is about $4.50. Lights came from Amazon also, very simple. The cupboards, the drawers, came from IKEA, and the TV we had. So it was pretty straightforward. But get yourself a curved TV. They're gorgeous, and they're far cheaper than the ones we paid for. Far cheaper than what we paid for a few years ago. So if you like the project, make sure you leave a comment or two. You got any queries and you want to borrow my daughter to help out on your next project, just get in touch. Thanks for watching. See you on the next vid.